Welcome back, this is Professor Xiaoma. In this video, I will demonstrate and explain a specific hands-on problem. Now keep in mind that in demonstrating the hands-on problem, I will use an example dataset, which is default 1. When you do the homework, the dataset is different, so make sure that you adapt the code to work with the homework. In the video, I assume that whatever Python package that we will be using, you have already installed them. If you realize that you haven't installed a specific package and you need to install it in the middle of the video, simply pause the video and go ahead and install it. Install the Python package by following the tutorials that I uploaded. Now let's get started. For this demo, you will need to import the packages, and particularly you also need the seaborn package, so make sure you have installed it before you start this demo. And also be sure to run the magic command here, matplotlib inline, to make sure the plot will appear as soon as you run the code cell. I have also applied the style of seaborn as ticks so that tick marks are automatically displayed on the plot. I will demonstrate how to make a plot with 4 subplots and make a scatter plot to put into each of the 4 subplots. I have decided to use variable age on the x-axis of all of the 4 subplots so that they can share the x, and I will use 4 different variables on the y-axis, as you can see here. And for each of the subplot, I will use different colors for different values of the target variable, target. Now, before I can make these plots, I need to create this age variable. Recall that there is a variable year birth, and I can use that variable to create this age variable. Here it is. I'm going to use the column year birth and subtract year birth variable from the year 2020 to become a new variable assigned to the new variable age. In the next style, I'm going to include all the necessary components to make the plot, and as I noted in another video, make sure to include all the codes in one cell. So here are the components. First, I will create a plot with subplots. Now I need 4 subplots. I'll make a layout of 2 by 2. So 2 and 2 here indicates that it's a layout of 2 by 2. The figure size needs to be increased. I'm using 12 by 12 point. Make sure to include share x to make sure that all the subplots will use the same scale and range of on the x-axis, because all the x-axes share the same variable, age. Now the next component is to specify how to plot each of the subplots. Now here I'm using seaborn. I'm not using the matplotlib. So syntax is a little bit different. To make scatterplot, I'm using the scatterplot function of the seaborn. You need to specify the data components, the x and y label, and as well as the data set here. Otherwise, the label will not make sense. You also need to decide and specify a specific axis. Now, for a 2 by 2 layout of the axes, you need to specify the row index and column index of each of the axes, as shown here. So a row of 0 and a column of 0 index will be the upper left, and so on and so forth. The first row index of 0 but column index of 1 will be the second column of the first row will be the upper right subplot. The 4 lines of code will follow the same style and format. And last but not least, you need to include hue argument to specify using different colors for a different subset, and I'm using target variable so that target value of 0 versus 1 will have 2 different colors of the points on the scatter plot. The last component of plots will be to specify the title. Properly indicate the axis and use the set title. And be sure to note that here it's using set title instead of dot title, which was the case in matplotlib. Now run this, you will see 4 subplots immediately. And the advantage of using seaborn is clearly shown here. You don't have to specify a lot of the style related properties to make the plot elegantly beautiful. Okay, you have successfully created a plot with subplots of 4 scatter plots and colored them differently by group values. I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you next time.